Hi, I didn't see you there. It's me, Sammy, with Sammy's Tarot Astrology reading. I am so happy to be here with you tonight. It is so refreshing. It is a beautiful Tuesday evening. The moon is in Pisces, and watery, dreamy, intuitive Pisces, and life is beautiful. So let's take a second to meditate and breathe together and listen to some harmonizing tones. After that, I will share a bit about what is happening in the sky and all around us. And then from there, if you're good, we'll pull 3 tarot cards. It's going to be fun. So, thanks for being here. Let us get comfortable and begin. One more big breath. Thank you so much for joining me in that. How did that feel for you? I would love to know in the comments. It's amazing how quickly the shift happens. I love it. I love it. So, where were we? Oh yes, the sky, the stars, the moon, the sun, and us here on the most delicious, beautiful, wonderful Mother Earth. So right now the moon is in Pisces. The sun, hello, welcome. The sun is in Scorpio. And it's very exciting because so if you're watching this later or watching this now and are curious what time it is, it's 9:30-ish, 9:45 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesday night. And at about 5:30 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow, the moon goes from the watery, emotional, intuitive sign of Pisces into the fiery, passionate, bold sign of Aries. So that's a very exciting change that we get a couple of days of the moon in Aries before the moon goes into Taurus for our full moon on Halloween. So the moon in Aries is going to be a great time, and that, let's see, and then also big news, Mercury, which had been in Scorpio and then in Scorpio started retrograding, now just got back to Libra. So I don't know about you, but I definitely felt this evening kind of like this breath of fresh air, this ease come in, and I was actually able to, I have this poetry book that I had written and I'd finished it, and I just had the manuscript sitting there, even though I could have published it, but something was holding me back. I don't know. But then as soon as, and I didn't know this was happening until afterwards when I looked at what was going on in the sky, but Mercury had just moved into Libra. So out of the murky, mysterious, emotional depths into the airy, communicative, sense of balance. And so I think that's what gave me that ability to just breathe and let that book go, which you can check out on Sammy the Author, my writer page. But so you get to now experience that, look at ways that it might be easier to communicate, easier to share, find balance, find beauty, take steps towards justice, And then, yeah, and things like that in your personal projects and any art that you're creating, in any relationships or friendships that you have. Now that Mercury is in Libra, even though it's retrograde, but it's still there. Mercury is in Libra, and it's a really great time to feel that airiness of communication and that chattiness and that flirtiness and all of those fun Libra things that we get. Hi, welcome. So glad you're here. And so, yeah, and so let's see. As we said, Mars will be moving into Aries at 5:30 in the morning Eastern time tomorrow. And then, on Thursday morning, about 10:30 a.m. Eastern time, that's when Mars and the moon are going to be aligned at the same degree. So if you have any big actions that you need to take, if there's anywhere you want to go, anything you want to make, something you want to do, something you want to say to somebody, from tomorrow into Thursday, especially Thursday when Mars and the moon are aligned in Aries, that's going to be a great time it's just like putting your motor emotionally onto turbo, giving you a lot of strength and boldness and courage to go where you need to go and do what you need to do and say what you need to say. Of course, not in a way that is impulsive or rash, but in a way that is in line with your emotions. So you feel it and you can do it. And so that's fun and exciting. And then, let's see, also we are only a few days away from the full moon on the 31st. So for me, this is always an exciting time. I always feel a lot of buildup in the days leading up, and there's always this nice release that happens after the 31st. So if there's anything that you feel pressure around, I hope you can keep in mind that you can look forward to sort of like the pressure coming off after the 31st, which should be really nice. And then in terms of trines, the last thing I'm going to say real quick, we still have the Venus and Pluto trine until tomorrow afternoon at 3:45 p.m. Venus and Pluto have been trined for a while, and that means Venus, the planet of love, and Pluto, the planet of transformation and wildness, they have been in a harmony for a while now. And that's sort of going to go, and we're going to welcome in new trines. But if you're seeing this on Tuesday night or you catch it on Wednesday morning, any kind of transformation around love, it might be a little bit easier. So if you want to get something in like that, say anything you need to say or get clear around anything that you hope to create, it's a great time for that. And then the Venus and Saturn trine dissolves on Saturday the 31st. So that means that we have a few more days of being able to really let love and affection help guide us towards realizing our destinies. And we can always do that, but for the next few days, it's just a little easier in some ways. So I hope that helped. Let me know, and I would love to hear from you. And now let's look at the tarot cards. Okay, I'm gonna shuffle. Shuffle, shuffle. Everybody likes to shuffle. It's like a dance party in the cards. You can take some deep breaths if you want with me, and I'm going to tap into the energy of everyone on here and everyone watching so that the cards give us what we need to feel whatever it is that we need to feel right now, and to guide us into a more easeful and focused and happy, calm, energized state from now until tomorrow. And as always, if you have more specific questions, you can DM me and we can have a private reading. Let's take a couple deep breaths. Okay, cut the deck. Once, twice, 3 times a lady. A lady and a gentleman. And a lady and a gentleman. Okay. Got our cards spread. Let's pick 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Oh, if you did, I might have missed it. I'm so sorry. Tracy, Ashley, I will check that and I will respond to you tonight. I'm so sorry about that. Thanks for the reminder. Okay, our first card is the Knight of Wands. That's exciting, folks. Okay, so see here you have, we're talking about Mars going into Aries. This is like Mars galloping into Aries. It's fiery, it's passionate, it's assertive, and it's going for it. So this energy is available to you, and it's a great time for doing this, especially because the moon is going into Aries. Oh, thank you, you are too. The moon is going into Aries, and that means that the moon and Mars are together. So that's like our heart and our emotions, bringing a sensitivity to bold action. So that means we could take these bold actions while still being in touch with our sensitive side, and that is extremely powerful. The other cool thing about pulling this card is that last night, the third card we pulled was the Page of Wands. So that's the slightly less masterful, character of the wands. The wands go from Page to the Knight to the Queen and King. And so that means from yesterday, it's like we're just leveling up in our ability to take bold action. So, yes. Card number 2. Look, friends. What do you see? What do you feel? I would love to know if you have any thoughts or feelings about this or any questions about the High Priestess who you see here. She or they, or whatever you want them to be. The High Priestess is sitting on a throne in between these 2 pillars, and they are at the bottom of the card. They have the moon at their feet flowing into water. They have this gorgeous, rich tapestry with bright red, juicy fruits. And then these 2 pillars, this dark and light pillar. So this card is all about balance. It's a balance between earth and water. And then it's also a balance between the shadow and the light. So that which is hidden and that which is, I see a queen, yes, and that which is visible. She or they is very much a queen, and a queen of all the different realms, the spiritual realm, but also the earthly realm, because you have the elements of water, which is emotional, and fruit, which is earthy. And then people have different ideas about what the J and what the B stand for on the pillars. One thing I really see it as is beauty and justice. Because you can't really have one without the other. And in the middle of her chest, there's this kind of like plus sign shape. And to me, well, that represents many things, but one thing it represents is the intersection between the earthly and the mystical or the spiritual. So she is not just this priestess of the woo-woo world, and she's not just like a goddess of the earthly sensual realm. She is everything, and she brings it all together. And this is a really great time to have this, because we were just talking about how Mercury moved from Scorpio into Libra, and this is very much a card of balance and justice. So I think we have the moon about to go into Mars, and we have Mercury that just went into Libra, showing us, yes, take bold action with sensitivity, and yes, communicate in a way that is balanced and balance out all of those energies in order to have both justice and beauty. Because the beautiful aesthetics of Libra and the way we know, I don't know about you, but I know a lot of Libras in my life who they care a lot about things looking nice. They often put themselves together in a particular way. They create an environment around them that is often really pretty. And all that is great, but unless it's on a foundation of things being in a just and fair and good for all the people involved, then it's like that beauty is not really so valuable without that element of the kindness and the thoughtfulness and taking everybody's true needs into account. So here we are, Libra time, some more Libra in our lives thanks to Mercury retrograde. Our third card. Okay, a little more air energy for us here. We have the King of Swords. Before I even get into the King of Swords, though, it's just like, what a powerful spread we have tonight. We have a knight, a priestess, and a king. And these two are on their thrones. And here I see this real amount of airiness and balance. They both have a clear blue sky behind them. They're both seated upright. And the King of Swords, very similarly to the High Priestess, is in touch with the earth, but is also very in touch with ideas and intellect. And like we said, the Mercury in Libra, and this represents air, so communication, thought, words, and directness. This is very much about directness. We also have the butterfly on here, which is about transformation. The sun is, of course, still in Scorpio, which is about transformation. And Scorpio is also a very direct sign. Scorpio is a fixed sign and doesn't really compromise that much on things it knows are right. So we've got a lot of direct focus energy, and I think that the next couple of days, as we shift from the moon in Pisces into the moon in Aries and then into Taurus for a full moon, it's all about being bold and courageous while being in touch with your emotions, balancing beauty with justice and the heavenly and spiritual with the earthy, and being really clear in what you're communicating, saying what you mean, saying it clearly, but also saying it kindly, because it has to be balanced with the beauty, and kindness is beauty in the moon here, and the water, that's all about emotion and love. So being bold, being direct, but doing it with love and doing it with a sense of beauty and caring. And if you have any other thoughts or questions about these cards, I would love to hear them. But some powerful cards tonight. So let's take a couple deep breaths together. We'll play one more bowl, one more Om together, and then we will say good night until tomorrow. Welcome. We're about to take a couple deep breaths and play the sound bowl before saying good night. And we'll be back on here tomorrow, and this will be posted on the feed in case you missed it. Want to hear about what's happening in the sky today and tomorrow. Okay, thank you so much for being here. Let's take some deep breaths. Sato ma satgamaya, tamaso ma jyotir gamaya, mrityorya amritam gamaya. Om asato ma satgamaya, tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorya Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you for being here. And that chant I just did, I have to look up the exact translation and I'll post it, but the meaning of it is about that which is hidden or unconscious being brought into consciousness and being able to move through things that are obscure, difficult, or murky, and being able to see clearly and be in the warmth and the clarity together. So thank you for being here. For making this so special, and have a beautiful night, my starlings. I will see you tomorrow.